So today's vlog, we took a little trip down to the Marina Rubicon down in Playa Blanca, and down in the Marina Rubicon there's a mall and it has several little shops, has a few eateries, and why don't you come along and see with us what's in the mall as we go around. So as you walk up you can see that there's one shop that's outside the mall, which is a koala bay. It also has there in the back a little cafe with seating outside, you can sit there. Has little grassed areas out the front so you can play around. The kids have got some bits and pieces to jump around on. I think there's a big globe that you can spin around. So one of the first shops you see on the right here is the Fun Grube. Now, if you've already been to Playa Blanca on Lanzarote, you probably know what the Fun Grube is. It's one of these designer shops that has all the sunglasses, your cigarettes, your perfumes and designer label fashion at obviously discounted prices. So if you fancy a little bit of a shop, you know, trying to find some new sunnies when you're out there, then this is probably the shop you want to go into. So as we go into the main mall, you can see here it's like a big square with shops upstairs and downstairs. So there's more shops downstairs than there is upstairs, more fashion label sort of shops on the bottom. There's also a little cafe over here to the left and two escalators and a lift that will take you up. So the first shop we come across here in the back left hand corner is Springfield. Springfield is a kind of designer shop that has men's and ladies clothing. Reminds me very much of H&M, Next and those sort of shops we have back in the UK. With the mall not being very full, they have utilised some of the spaces to display art and other advertisements around, and also in some of the spaces they have displays and sort of artworks that show models. There was a little Playmobil one that Rue really liked of the Christmas scenes, which was on display and it had all moving parts in it, which was great. Also, if you fancied a little bit of a flutter, the mall has a little casino. It's, to be honest, it's more like an arcade. It has slot machines and gambling machines in there, and it's just situated in the sort of corner over to the sort of east of the mall. So now we come to Zoe's favourite shop over here. We found this women's secret shop. It's very much a underwear shop and pyjama shop, and had some of the best pyjamas Zoe's ever had, and she is definitely going to go back there when we revisit Lanzarote in May. And also in the mall you have another ladies fashion outlet. We were recommended this one by Mrs. Travelon when we met her. We were over there at Christmas, and she recommended some bits and pieces, and Zoe went and spent a fortune in there. And downstairs there's a couple of ATMs you can see here, and also up the back here there's not really much left on there. There's a little space that has a couple of like £1 rides or €1 rides. There's also the Superdino supermarket in there. It's very much a Superdino Express like you get in most places. There's also a pharmacy that, or it's not a pharmacy, it's a health shop. So a bit of advice, always be careful when you look at these places because they're not necessarily pharmacies. They can be just health shops that sell knockoff paracetamol. So as I said before, the mall has a couple of escalators, up and down, and also has a lift. So if you're travelling with someone with mobility issues, there is a lift that you can go up and down. And upstairs, there's not that much to do upstairs. There's a couple of beauty shops and a few other bits, but what we mainly found is there was a bowling arcade there, sorry, a bowling alley even, not bowling arcade, and a few pool tables. So realistically, upstairs this mall is very, very barren and not much there. So unless you're going there to go and play a bit of bowling, I don't really think there's much up here. There was a little play centre we did see also with like a soft play with balls and that, but when we were there, it wasn't open. So in roundup, the mall isn't great. There's not very many shops there. It's good if you want something and you specifically want to go there and get it. If you're there to go and do a bit of shopping, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd go somewhere like Arrecife or Punta del Carmen, where they've got bigger malls that seem to have more stuff in it.